I figured I switched it up today.
Yeah, I heard you start talking. I was like, damn.
Little off. What's going on?
You know the picture of Patrick, Mr. Krabs?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the NOA Podcast. Speaking of your co-host, Tyler, I'm here with my man, Trey.
Yo.
Thank y'all. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Appreciate you guys tuning in with us.
For real,
you know,
for real.
it really is a blessing. And we thank you guys for tuning in and supporting us for real. So check us out. We're on multiple platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. All episodes can be found on those platforms. You can also make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for the Wednesday show that comes out just on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You also find us on TikTok. There's going to be NOA Podcast 1 and NOA Podcast 2. You can also find us on Instagram. That's going to be NOA_podcast. Also, if you guys want more content, you can find us. We have 2 new YouTube channels. Actually, 3.
Yeah.
3 YouTube channels.
3 new additions.
Facts. One is NOA Podcast Clips. For those who might not be able to sit and watch the whole podcast, we just do post clips, shorter clips, so you can watch that on YouTube.
True.
We also have NOA Adventures, which is just me and Trey's vlog page, just us really just like living life type
Doing our
shit.
thing.
So come join us.
Facts.
And we also have a reactions page now.
So if y'all like reactions, you can watch
Facts.
those.
So if you guys like reaction videos, any of that, you can check us out. There's going to be NOA Reacts. All that's on YouTube. So check us out. Give us a subscribe. Show us a little bit more love. We appreciate y'all. But let's get into it today. Trey, how's everything, bro? How you feeling? How you doing, man?
Pretty well today, man. Happy Monday. I know a lot of people don't like Mondays.
Nah.
Today, I don't know. I just feel good today. I don't really have a problem, Quite happy, quite blessed. Went to the gym, got a good workout, and saw somebody from high school I ain't seen in years. So shout out to him.
It's been a minute.
And he kind of gave the podcast a shout out too, which was kind of cool. I ain't really expect him to even mention it, because I really don't be expecting people to know that we got
I
a
don't
podcast.
expect anyone to know. And then when they bring
And then
it
when
up,
they bring it up, I'm like, oh wow, you watched the show, damn, bro, thanks. So you never know who's actually watching.
Thanks.
But overall, man, I really can't complain. Have a good day so far. How about you?
Good. Like you said, went to the gym. Slowly getting more into working out once again. Starting to feel better. A little bit less pain. Feel a little bit of pain now, but it's nothing too crazy. Yeah. I was able to make it through a full workout today, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, for real, man. It was nice to actually have my partner back.
Facts. It was good to be back in action type shit. Feel the pain again, you know what I'm saying?
The grind.
Facts. Other than that, man, it's good. Like you said, it's another Monday. Everyone works, even us, since we're fucking here.
Yeah. Facts.
Overall, bro, I have no complaints at all, man.
All right,
Everything's been good.
Well, before we start, I would like to get into the question of the day.
Question of the day.
To see what we got going for that.
Those
are always exciting.
I enjoy them.
Yeah, they're quite cool. They're quite cool.
I enjoy them. So today's question is going to be, would you rather gain all knowledge from books by merely touching them, or gain any physical skills by merely watching a video of them?
So I'm kind of wondering if there are more books out there than videos, or vice versa. And I think
honestly, it might be book.
It might, because there's been books have been being made for longer than video was really a thing, and they're ancient books that no one's gonna be messing with, that might have knowledge.
Damn, I have information
that might have knowledge that no one was really.
That is true.
Not to mention, you have books in different languages.
That is true. Damn, you gain all knowledge.
You gain all knowledge. So say there's a book on how to learn German. Touch that, automatically you know that language.
Wow.
So you know all languages.
But wouldn't they also with that too? Can't you just watch a video?
That is true. You could watch a video. So both.
And now all of a sudden you know German. So I do think some of it kind of overlaps, but it's.
But here's another question, right? How long do I just gotta watch 30 seconds in, or do I gotta watch the entire video? What if it's a 2-hour long video about how to learn that language? Do I gotta watch the entire 2 hours?
Yeah. It just says by merely watching a video of them. So I would think, and also, one is knowledge, one is skill. So I guess just because you know it doesn't mean you necessarily know how to fully do it.
So the video one is skill.
The video one is skill. So let's say how I think about this, imagine if there's a book on everything you need to know about being a carpenter.
Okay.
You touch it, now you know everything about being a carpenter. But you might just have the knowledge, but you might not necessarily have the skill to actually be elite. Compared to watching what homie doing, and after that, now you can go replicate
exactly how to do it.
You know exactly how to do it.
It depends on what you're going for at that point. Are you going into the type of thing where you want to be hands-on, or are you going into something where you just need the knowledge? what's more important to you. They say knowledge is power, and I think for me, I'm gonna pick the books.
You'll pick the books.
Yeah. Because all right, here's why.
Okay.
There are a lot of jobs out there that don't require skill. They just require knowledge. And some of the more well-paying jobs out there don't require skill at all. You just need to know what you're doing.
Okay.
So kind of like the stock traders, those big guys, touch a book on that, automatically know all the ins and outs of how to do that and such.
I also think just because you know it doesn't mean you're good at it. Like,
if you know it, that means you know how to do it well.
Not necessarily. You could just know. I mean, I know how to cook, but I wouldn't sit here and say I know how to cook well.
That's true, and I
But
do
that's like- I feel
understand
like
that.
that's
But
like
it
the
don't take
knowledge-
much to follow the recipe and trying to.
Yeah, true, but I still think it's like different than, like, all right, I'll just use like compare me and my mother, right? She has the skill. Now I might now she has knowledge and skill. When it comes to cooking, so like she got both.
She's been doing it for longer.
Facts.
You be feeding the family.
Facts.
She's just like
Facts,
cooking for
bro.
a family.
Facts.
You cook for yourself, which is not on the same wavelength.
Yeah, bro. She was cooking for 5 heads a night, every night type shit.
Yeah.
But like, I have the knowledge of how to make some of the meals she makes.
Of course.
But I believe even with that knowledge, if I'm to make it and she's to make it, I could bet money hers is gonna be because she has the skill. Okay. She has the practice of doing it, perfecting it, kind of just knowing like certain. I feel like doing it kind of outweighs it a little bit. That's why actually I might.
You think skills more important than?
I'm not gonna lie because I did think about doing knowledge. I did say knowledge is power. I do believe knowledge is power, and I have heard that there are some things in books that like just aren't. I don't know how true this is. I heard this like in a video or whatever, but he was basically saying sometimes, I guess before back in the day, they put certain things in books because they believe people aren't really going to read it. So it's like they kind of give the secrets in books.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people aren't going to read the books because especially now.
And a lot of people didn't know how to read. So it was like, well, why are we going to?
And now we live in a day and age where, I mean, a lot of people don't read. Or let me rephrase. I do think there's less people out here just reading for leisure or reading for pleasure or just reading.
Yeah.
I think it's
more people are watching videos.
Exactly. They just watch a video.
I think the average person to ask them that question, they pick the videos. I just prefer to watch the videos just because I do
Skill one barely, but yeah.
Yes,
right.
People chose skill over it. Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to say skill because I also, and this is the one thing, I don't believe you're wrong. But I kind of think about it like this in terms of like a job market. If you're really good at something, like, okay, you might have the knowledge of something. Because even at my job, I have the knowledge of a lot of things, but like I'm working with people who've been doing this longer than I've been alive. Their skill set is much. We have the same knowledge or similar knowledge, but they don't have the repetition and reps that I don't. I just don't have. Nor can I. I mean, like they've been doing this for longer than I've been alive. So like,
but does it take skill to do that though? Or is it just the knowledge that they've gained over the
I think some of it
years?
I think some of it is skill, being able to sit there and know kind of what to do and be able to do it.
That's knowledge, bro.
No, listen, be able to do it well. Be able to do it well. And I think that's what makes you replaceable. There's a lot of people out there who have the knowledge, but how many people are able to do it at such a high level? And that's why I might want to pick the skills because homie might know more than me, but I could do the job better than him. So I'm much more.
I see where you're coming from there. I think it works with certain jobs. Like if we're talking craftsmanship jobs, trades, that's where I'm getting at. If you're talking accounting where we're just doing numbers, bro, all you need is knowledge about how the numbers work.
But because I have skill, I might be able to do it faster than you. So I might be able to get more work done than you can. So I'm more of a viable asset.
Yeah, you got the skill, but I have more knowledge than you. So I probably can take it further and reach certain heights that you might not be able to. So, okay, yeah, cool. You can do it quicker than I can. And maybe you can do more books than I can. But maybe I can find a way to save the company this amount of money, make more money because I'm so knowledgeable. I know certain things, loopholes given, that, like, you're not going to have with the skill. I'm kind of thinking of it on a, I guess, grander scale wherein there are certain things you can kind of get out of if you have so much knowledge to wherein you're able to find things or loopholes that like you might not be thinking of just because you have the skill.
But I just believe that, especially when it comes to skill, I do believe knowledge is good. Like I feel like
the statement knowledge is power is quite true.
Yeah. I do believe that 100%. But I do think just having the skill and be able to do things well kind of what sets you apart. Because I believe there's a lot of people out there who have knowledge on a lot of things, but a lot of them aren't able to do them well or perform them well or at a high level. And I feel like the people who 9 out of 10 who are kind of like irreplaceable. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some jobs where like you damn near need knowledge, and those people will be irreplaceable. I'm not saying that just because you have knowledge, you're replaceable. I'm not saying. I'm not
and
saying.
There's a lot of people in this world who are just not knowledgeable. So
exactly, and that's why they don't. But I do believe because you're able to do said skill well, I think you're still able to kind of maximize that.
I think it'd work well for sports too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It'd work amazing for sports. It wouldn't work well.
Watch a video.
Knowledge for sports wouldn't. I mean.
Bro, oh
knowledge,
gosh,
sports wise, it'd be better. It'd be better if I was like a manager or some kind of coach. I think that's that knowledgeable wise. As a player, though, I think skill is just.
You know what's crazy, and you actually made a very good comment. You're absolutely right. I do believe it depends on what you're doing.
It depends on the
because
job.
having knowledge of basketball, you're not going to be a good basketball.
Yeah, that won't make you a good basketball player.
But like watching the best do it, and now being able to replicate that, it's done up.
Yep.
But like also sometimes just having the knowledge of the game, you might be able to coach and build up some of the best players in the world.
And you know what? Kind of going off of that, there are certain times in the NFL I've seen where people didn't fully know the rules.
It kind of fucked them over.
And it messed them over completely.
Yeah.
And then by them actually knowing the rules, I saw one play specifically where the dude ran out of bounds and then touched the ball.
Touched the ball.
Yeah. And people were like, yo, can you do that? It's like, yeah, that was one of the rules. And that was just a touchback or something like that, I think.
Yeah, it was a kickoff, and when you kick the ball off, for punts you could kick it out of bounds, but for kickoffs you can't. So essentially, he ran out of bounds and touched it, which was equivalent to as if the kicker kicked it out of bounds. So because of that, their team started on like the 40. Yeah, and them niggas were like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Yeah. But it was legal. It was a legal play.
And that's just having knowledge. You know, I don't think that had to do with skill at that point.
Nah, that's just knowledge. But at the same time, the player who did that quite knowledgeable. But he's not no Hall of Famer. I mean, he's not going to get any of the big contracts. He's just compared to
the regular dude.
Exactly. Compared to now, let's say if he had the skill, obviously you still have some knowledge of the game. But let's say if he had skill, in this regards, he would have made much more money in terms of being a player.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a coach, you having skill really means I'm not going to say really means nothing because maybe it's just skill at coaching.
Yeah, true. You're able to like hype up the team or to get
but
the
also just having knowledge of the game.
I think it's just more important having the knowledge. I mean, honestly, you're making the calls when it needs to be called, being able to read the team's defense like that. Yeah. Like you automatically know what it is, and like, yo, they're doing this, and then just boom, you're able to make it like a big play. Compared to, I think skill, like I said before, it really does have to do with what job we're talking about.
Yeah,
you know, I think it's great for trades, great for any type of sports.
I also think it's great for language as well.
Skill-wise?
Well, yeah. Well, if I could just watch, kind of like we were saying before, if I could watch a 20-minute video on how to speak Spanish, I now have that skill of being able to speak Spanish.
True. But I think that also works with knowledge regardless, too. I mean...
Yeah, I know. That's why I said earlier, some of these are interchangeable. Because you read the book, I watched the video. It's the same shit. Same.
We both have knowledge.
This is what I do say. I will say this, and this is what knowledge I believe has an advantage over. And this kind of does make me think about my decision a little bit. But
really,
you're able to gain faster than I can.
Yeah, because all I gotta do is touch. I don't even have to read the book.
You gotta touch it.
It could be a 1,000-page book, bro. I touch it once, I know everything in those pages.
I gotta watch the video,
and you gotta sit there and watch the video. And depending on how long the video is it a 10-minute video, an 11-hour video? You know, it's just because there's some audiobooks of like certain books that we read. That's like 6-hour book. Fact. Compared to I just touched the book. Kind of like the Laws of Power book. We know how long that audiobook is. It's like 9 hours.
That is true.
You got to listen to that entire thing in order to gain the skills of everything inside that book.
Compared to just touching it.
I just touched the book, and I know everything inside the book. I don't got to read it. I don't got to waste time. I don't got to do none of that extra stuff.
I think I think it truly does depend on what you're trying to do. And I'll tell you one thing. I'll be in the NFL right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I would use it for. I'm like, yo, why am I here?
I'd be a very wealthy businessman.
Yeah.
Very, very wealthy businessman.
Yeah. Being a man. I'd be in the NFL. I would have already made millions. Retired at 30-something.
Yeah. You'd be cool. I'd gain knowledge from just like older books as well.
That's why I think also.
And I think that's something that...
Bro, I look at the Bible.
Bro.
Knowledge of the Bible, bro.
Know everything?
About...
Oh, my God.
One of the books that's probably the most... I would even say like controversial, most debated. People look at
one of the oldest written.
Facts.
The Bible. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'd actually go as far as I'd go into other religions. I'd touch the Quran.
Oh, just other religions too.
Yeah, 'cause at this point, I'm just
I just want to know. I want the knowledge.
Yeah, like, I'm just
want the
curious.
knowledge.
And also, if I'm able to like retain, like let's say if also, this is literally impossible for humans to do, but let's say if you're able to retain every single thing you touched, all the knowledge of everything you touched.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, fuck it. If that's the case, I'm just.
You know, kind of going off of that though, and I don't know if it's true, because I've never seen it. I don't know if maybe it's like science fiction or whatever, but I have heard when I was like younger or in the past that there are certain people who learned so much, they gained so much knowledge, they went insane. Now I don't know if that's a possibility, but like I do wonder, maybe if I touch too much books, I have so much knowledge.
I do think it could backfire, because I think also depending on what books you touch, and this kind of also depends on you, but you might start overthinking about certain things.
That's true.
If you gain certain knowledge about, human history, us people, how we function, because I'm assuming you're probably also a whole bunch of history books, science books. At this point, I'm just touching everything, but you might get to the point where it's like.
And what if I didn't want to learn nothing? I just accidentally touched a book. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm just.
Also, how does it work? Is that every time you touch a book? Because what if someone's like, yo, pass me that? Like, you're not trying to get the information.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. I'd have to wear gloves.
Facts.
I'd have to wear gloves.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's not my physical hand. I'm assuming it's like your physical hand needs to touch it.
I mean, sure. Sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or, like, maybe just to make contact with your skin. What if someone just, like, throws a book and it hits you in the shoulder? Like, you have no shirt on. Someone throws it, hits you in the back, immediately
it says you have to touch the book. Damn. So
technically,
it doesn't matter what part of body you touch it with. It just has to.
Imagine, like, just your skin.
Someone purposely taps you with
Facts,
a book.
Man.
Hey, trying to get your attention. Now you know knowledge about something you don't want to know about.
Like, fuck, bro. You touched me with 50 Shades of Grey. Why do I?
Bro, I don't want to know that.
Why do I have this? Why do I have this?
Yeah. It could backfire in certain senses, I guess.
I think everything kind of has its
pros and cons.
Yeah,
pros and cons.
But I would still, I still kind of like the skills, because just like you, I do believe I could just watch videos on how to be a successful business.
And a lot of people already do that anyway.
Exactly, and it's already out there. So like, imagine me watching a skill on how to make $100 million. I now have the skill to go out there and make $100 million.
And you're able to just do it.
Even with that, it's quite. I think it still could be quite lucrative, and that's why I kind of wanted the skill. Because I just feel like. With the skill, it's almost like I immediately know what to do. Like, I already have that skill. There's no practice. I don't have to sit here and practice. I don't have to sit here and learn anymore. Like, this video done taught me how to already do it. So now I can literally go out in the world, do it. It's done.
You see, that makes sense. And personally for me, not that I don't want the skill, because I think that's still cool. I want the knowledge because I'd prefer to have people under me who have the skills to do it. So I'd prefer to read books upon, how to influence people, influence a whole bunch of people into following me, starting a company, and having people with the good skills that I can just delegate to do the work. Like, I see myself more of like a managerial position.
That's
where
fair.
like I'm just all right, I'll tell you do this, you do this, you do this, while I'm like in the back just touching more books about learning about all this stuff.
Learning more shit.
Just to get into.
I guess also, I understand where you're coming from, and I think I would. At least with the skill, I would eventually get there. But the reason why is because, and I know this is hard, but imagine if you can make $100 million just by yourself. When you delegate people, you got to pay.
Yeah, but I don't mind doing all that.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, imagine like that $100 million don't go to you. You make $100 million. Now you don't have, let's say you have 40 employees. You have to delegate, you have to pay them. They all have to have a whole bunch of different, maybe not pensions, but you understand what I mean. They all have to all these.
And chances are the 100 million wouldn't be mine, it'd be the company's. So the company is $100 million. My net worth is $100 million because I own the company.
Because you own the company.
Yeah. Just because, like, what's that dude's name at Amazon?
Oh, Bezos.
Yeah. He's like the richest man on the planet still, I'm pretty sure. I think it's actually more than like $181 billion at this point.
Yeah, he done went up.
But that's all in like Amazon or whatever else. I heard like if he were to actually try to, because I heard someone say he doesn't actually own all of that. If he were to try to liquidate it all, like the stock would drop and then it wouldn't actually be that price. It's just because the company itself is worth that much.
It's worth that much.
Yeah.
I
So the
guess-
company would be worth that. And I have no problems owning a good company that's worth that much.
No, I think regardless is fine. Like, I'm not even trying to shit on it.
Yeah, I figured.
Regardless is fine.
Yeah, I figured.
Like you gotta understand at that point, even if you're not worth, even if you personally don't have $100 million in your pocket,
You're just such an influential human being at that point.
You still have money.
Yeah, you have pull, you have power, you have say.
you still have money.
Yeah.
But I also kind of think about it as imagine if I could just
Do it yourself.
I don't have to rely on nobody. I don't have to worry about so and so coming in late.
You really
I
on
don't
some
have to
just
worry
like
about-
one man army type stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I know
And here's,
that about
and
you.
here's a reason why. And I know it's good to have people, and that's why I ask for advice. That's why I try to collab and all the other stuff. But I realize too, some people just might not care as much as you might care.
True.
So like, you have all the knowledge, and you delegate it to a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
But who's to say all those people are going to end up being great workers? Now, yes, you're going to vet them and make sure they're great workers. But like, what if one day something happened to Billy? Billy was one of your best workers. His girl died. His kid died. His parents died.
Everyone's dead.
Now he's like, bro, what am I living for? Now all of a sudden your best worker is now your worst worker. You done gave Billy important assignments, bro, and he's just not showing. Where the fuck? Where the fuck is Billy?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Homie ain't coming to work.
In regards to the situation you brought forth, if Billy was just doing like cocaine in the back or something, that's different. Billy's family did die. Everyone that this nigga's love has passed away at this point.
I basically just
So
say
I would have to give Billy some leeway.
But what I'm just saying is, what if you have workers, or you end up getting workers, and obviously you hire people, and at face value you think they're going to be great.
Of course.
But there are multiple times where they start off great, and then they slip.
Yeah, of course.
What if you get workers that kind of start to fuck shit up?
Yeah.
And that kind of fucks up the flow and fucks up the company a little bit. I guess how I look at it in terms of me, not saying because you still have $100 million company, so you're still straight. Even if Billy's fucking up, you're still okay.
Okay.
But even if, imagine him missing important shit, and you're like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
True.
Compared to me, in this case, I have the skill to make $100 million. So I just have to make sure that I do
You
it,
rely on yourself.
and that's it.
Yeah.
And I know, because I care so much about this, and this is my livelihood, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get it.
That does
So
make sense.
I guess that's kind of how I thought about it.
And
I do believe, because obviously once you hit a certain point, I don't believe that regardless, I would just keep being me. I think eventually I will make a business. I will get into that managerial role. Then I will also start delegating to people, because all I have to do is just watch videos about it, and
How to delegate,
I'll
and
still
you'll be able to do something.
and I'll still be able to get it
Well,
done.
to kind of rebuttal your statement, there is this thing called being fired, and if you're messing up enough times, you
of
just
course.
replace Billy with Mandy, and you just get somebody else.
But sometimes it's not as simple as replacing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you can replace someone, but who's to say that the person you replace
Will be as skilled
will be as good?
or as knowledgeable.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I don't. But then at that point, I would. We're kind of getting to the bare bones of like how to set up a company. now.
We're getting deep. We're getting deep.
I would then set up programs that would teach people how I need you to do that specific job.
Sure.
You know, so I wouldn't just throw you into it like, oh, do this. It's your first date.
Yeah, of course.
No, but I'd give you just a proper training.
I guess my only argument is just that in this scenario, I'm just kind of like trying to account for human error. And I think there's a lot of people out there, especially if they don't like their job, but they just work in a job because it's paid well. They might not put forth as much effort as what you might expect, and it can kind of fuck up said workflow. Not saying it's going to happen, but it could.
But then it can also happen on your end too. Once you get other people involved, regardless, it's gonna happen.
So maybe I could just make 100. Also, as right now, let's say if this happened at 23, if I made 100 million, I believe I'd be okay for a little bit.
For a lot of you wouldn't have to do anything for the rest of your life.
So that I could think about once I make 100 mil, I really could just be like, all right, fuck it, and just go to chill and just live my life.
Yeah, just live your life.
And then once
truly how you want to live.
Yeah, and then if money starts to go down, then I'll just or I make 100 million, and then like I set up like some real estate or something just for like passive.
Yeah, passive income and just have that coming.
So
in.
that even if as the 100 million starts to dwindle, it's like it don't matter. I'm about to get like 10,000 from this property, X from this property,
True.
and it kind of just like kind of just like, I ain't gonna say coast for the rest of my life, but you understand.
I mean, you can coast, and I'd be very surprised if you blew through $100 million.
I'm gonna be honest, there'd be a problem
Within a lifetime.
Like, I honestly would hope you come talk to me or something.
That's a lot.
I'd be like, yo, what are you doing, bro? What's
It's very
going
hard to blow $100 million in a lifetime, bro. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to do. I commend anybody for doing it, but at the same time, it's like, bro, what are you doing?
So what are you buying?
Are you just giving money away for free? Are you just burning it? Are you just throwing it out like the window? What are you doing?
Yeah, that'd be wild. That'd be wild. But I do think that's probably what I would do. I just try to say I would make a shit ton of money at first and just work off of whatever skill. Once I hit a certain amount of money, I would probably just, matter of fact, I might not even open up a company. I might just buy a couple real estate properties and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Because also, I don't need a company to be rich or to have,
See, I want one though.
That's fair.
I think that's just my personal thing. Like
That's fair.
I want to own something.
Own a company, yeah. And that's fair. That's what you want, type shit.
Having something on the stock market that you can
People
actually
see.
see and people can invest in.
Parks
stuff
Incorporated
like
type shit.
Yeah, something like that. You never know, man. You never know. But like, I think that'd be cool. And
I do also think it. You just said it. It is what you want.
yeah, at
It's
the
what
end of the
you
day, because
want.
both options aren't bad options.
Because we're both making $100 million. Who's wrong? Nobody. We're both making a lot of money.
Both successful.
We're both making a lot of money.
You're both successful. And frankly, if we both either chose the opposite, we'd be a very power team.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Ain't nobody gonna ever touch you.
I thought about it too. I'm like, actually, you know what? You get the knowledge.
Yeah.
I'll get the skill.
Oh
Bro,
my God.
that's the best of both worlds.
Oh my God.
It's like, all right, that's fine, bro.
We'd be insane.
That's fine.
Bro. We'd be insane.
We both just help each other out. It's
Essentially.
literally the yin and the yang. We both just balance each other out, bro. From there, yeah, that'd be powerful. Matter of fact, I'm happy we chose different. Fact, I'm happy we chose different.
It's been great minds think differently sometimes.
Facts, bro.
All right. Well, for those out there, let us know what y'all think. For real.
Facts,
It's
facts.
kind of cool. Next thing, I've always heard this coming past 5 or so years. Apparently, our generation, Gen Z, is aging terribly.
I've heard this more recently. I've seen a couple of videos on it.
I remember seeing this shit in college too, bro. Like, wow, and I really didn't think that big of it. I'm like, these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I've actually seen it much more now. There are the younger generation coming up. They look just so much older than they are. I saw a picture of a 15-year-old girl, bro.
But they look like adults.
15-year-old girl. She looks like she's 25.
Yeah, they look like adults.
And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And then you, to your point, you were telling me on the car ride back home, you saw a picture of was it a 25-year-old guy?
And this is what really, because I didn't heard about the whole Gen Z thing or whatever. And like I said, I ain't never really thought about it. I saw some videos, and this really what kind of was like, yo, damn. I was on Reddit. I'm kind of just scrolling. And sometimes on Reddit, there's certain pages that pop up. But anyway, there was a nigga that popped up, and he was 25. I shit you not, bro. If you would have saw him on the street, or if I had the picture, you'd probably say he's probably 40, 30s, 40 years old, bro. He looked.
You know, to your point, I remember
holy shit.
I remember you bringing something also from Reddit, and it was a woman. And she was like, why do people think I'm in my late 30s? And it was a picture of her. And I'm like, because you look like
she's in her late 30s.
And she was 23.
Yeah. She was our age.
Yeah, bro.
She was our age.
And there was a picture of her from high school.
Yeah,
you actually look like a teen there.
Crazy enough, in high school, she looked like she was a high schooler.
Yeah.
At 23, she was 30. She looked like she was 30. She was like, nah, I'm 23.
She's in her 30s.
Like,
but essentially the question for us today is, why is the younger generation aging so terribly? Why is it that we're seeing this drastic change and shift in how they're looking and how they're coming up?
I think it's a plethora of reasons. I think first and foremost is what we eat. I believe a lot of first and foremost, I don't think a lot of people truly care about their diet, care about what they're eating.
They don't care what's inside.
Nah.
They don't be reading the packaging.
And there's a lot of
fast foods.
Bro, there's a lot of processed foods out there that everyone's eating on a daily basis. And they're just eating like this. And I believe that helps because you are what you eat. And I believe what you eat actually does have an effect on how you look and how you feel and all that. It has effect on your fucking skin, has effect on your organs, has effect on all that.
To your point. And I don't know much about these services, but I'm not sure if you know about them either. But there are these box lunch services that are coming out now.
Okay.
They're very popular.
Well, I know they have meal prep services.
Those. And I'm not, in my personal opinion, everything in this world is so easy You tell me you can't take an hour out your day to prep a meal for yourself. It's just
crazy enough. I actually don't even think those box meals ones are bad because I know there are some. I don't know everyone, but I know there are some that be selling like organic food.
Is that so?
Yeah, like there's some out there that truly do sell like good food, like organic food, organic chicken, organic
Yeah.
meat. Like those, I think will be fine. I'm not saying everything you have to eat is organic, but like I also think a lot of people aren't fully doing those. Some people are, but I think also you gotta look at like McDonald's.
A lot of people just eating out.
Just eating out.
Just eating out.
And
going
also
to fast
like
food places,
regardless, or even like at even different restaurants. It's like who the fuck you know what the fuck they're using to cook? You know what the fuck you're taking.
You don't know what they're making.
Yeah.
Which is once again why I personally think it's good to just make your own food.
Just make your own
because you know what's going inside your own food. But because we're so not distracted wasn't the word. You had said it earlier. We just lack the time to sit down and do stuff.
Oh, we just
our attention span is just so slow. You really telling me you can't just take 2 hours out your day to make a meal?
No, a lot of people don't want to. Yeah. Why would you wait?
I guess so.
Listen, why would you? And to a certain point, I can understand the argument, but I'm also very big into health, so I'm quite biased. I ain't even gonna lie. But some people do think like, why would you sit down, or not sit down, but why would you be in the kitchen for 2 hours, or an hour and a half, or an hour, cooking? It's hot as a motherfucker in there. When you could just DoorDash McDonald's to your house.
Yeah, for real.
They come in. And also people, because McDonald's like $10, $15, people just don't even think about it. It's like, oh, okay, it's $10, cool.
For real.
Oh, okay, is this cool?
They think it's cheap.
Exactly. Same with like, you know how many people, you probably already ran across this. You know how many people go to Starbucks every day?
Yeah, bro, for real. Every morning.
And it's just because like, oh, okay, it's $5. $5.
Yep,
$5.
Yep.
Because at the moment, it's such a small expense. But if you want to actually look at it from a large scale over a month, you done spent hundreds of dollars.
And if you look what's inside those coffees that you be getting in the morning, bro, they're not healthy.
And you know what's crazy? Coffee in itself is healthy. Black coffee.
Yeah, just
black
regular
coffee.
But what they're putting inside of it isn't just regular.
Yeah. It fucks it up.
It's like cream, sugar, a whole bunch of other process. It's like that's not good for you.
Nah, not at all.
It's not good for you one bit.
So I do believe food is a huge thing. What we eat, what we're constantly putting into our bodies. I don't think a lot of people take care of their bodies.
I want to add our skincare. What we put on our skin.
Oh yeah.
This is not helping us.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
I don't think, and this is kind of specifically for the ladies, but like the skincare that is pushed towards them, in many ways, I don't believe is even necessary. You know, it's just like, why are you? Just wash your face in the morning with water. Yeah. You know, use soap if you have to or something like that.
Keep it simple.
You're fine. You know, you're fine.
Keep it simple type shit.
Caking up all that makeup on you and all that stuff is not helping you.
That probably doesn't help either. I'm keeping it a buck.
No, I don't think so either, man. It covers up your pores and stuff, and your skin's not breathable.
Yeah.
It's just, it has a negative impact on you over time. It might not do it on the short term. You think you're pretty and all that, which I don't disagree. They are beautiful to look at. But on the long end, it doesn't mess with your skin. It doesn't mess with the health of your body.
Without a doubt.
And I think I'm pretty sure this is correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. But isn't like the skin the largest organ on us or something like that?
I think something like that.
Yeah.
The skin is an organ though.
Yeah.
I actually believe it is the skin.
So like
it's a living, breathing organism, bro.
Yeah, so you should try your best to protect it, because if you destroy it, then there's really no going back.
Yeah, man.
You know,
for real.
And there's no amount of plastic surgery that's gonna fix that.
For real.
You really just destroy yourself.
For real. And I think another huge reason why we're aging so much is just stress. I think a lot of people.
Yes.
The amount of people, and I feel like I'm definitely wrong with this, but I do believe it's. I'm not gonna say the majority, but it's a very, very large amount of our generation. I done seen it with my own eyes. I done had people tell me this. I remember going through this shit from fucking high school all the way up until now, having friends or hearing conversations and stuff. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm so stressed. I have, bro. The term "I have anxiety."
Oh my god!
I hear that shit all the time.
Yeah, everyone got anxiety.
I have
now.
everyone. I have anxiety. I have high anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety. I can't do this. I get scared. I'm nervous. I have anxiety. I'm like, God damn,
generation
bro.
of pussies, in my opinion. But
Bruh.
that's just me, though.
And I hear that all the time. And I told you this today when we had a little conversation about it. And the Bible says a man is as he thinketh.
Yeah.
A man is as he believeth.
Yeah.
So if you're truly saying this and you think this about yourself, or you're saying it over and over, it's gonna come true. If you tell yourself every day, I have anxiety, I have anxiety, I have anxiety, I have anxiety, bro, it's just a matter of time. I'm depressed. But
you're programming yourself to have these things.
You're literally, and all that shit is just stress. One, stress kills. Stress ages you.
Stress
and I
ages
think
you.
that's why also a lot of our generation is aging at such a rapid speed because we're all fucking stressed.
But
For no reason. Now, there are some people who I understand have been through some hard times, and you probably are stressed, and you have a valid reason. I'm not talking about those people. But I do believe the majority of people
a lot of people are just stressed they're stressed because that's what's popular.
Just because they be tripping over a little shit that really have no type of effect over their life. That's really not a big deal.
Small things.
But they're sitting there just stressing.
They get hung up on like really
exactly,
small things.
Bro.
At the end of the day, those things don't matter.
And I believe a lot of this shit, honestly, is you are literally what you think. You are what you believe.
I had said this during that conversation too. It's kind of like you are what you eat. So if you're putting bad food in your body, that's what you're gonna become.
Same with
if you're putting bad thoughts in your mind, that's what you're gonna become.
Literally,
it's literally what you're feeding yourself, what you're feeding your soul. If you're surrounding yourself too with people who are like-minded and are downers, and like, listen, man, there's nothing to live for anymore. Just be sad, just be unhappy. That's the type of person you're gonna become.
And I believe, just like you said, it's who you surround yourself with. And it's rough because if you're saying that, and now your group of friends are saying that, I feel like it's amplified.
And you know what? I remember this was a specific girl, and I never liked her for doing this. I was like, I can't really fuck with you. But she wanted to one up your bad. What if something bad happened to you? She'd be like, well, that happened to you. Well, this happened to me. I'm like, I can't keep that.
Why is this a competition?
Exactly. We shouldn't be competing about who's going through it worse.
Facts.
You know. And funny enough, she ended up finding another girl to do it with. And they would just go back and forth about who's having it worse.
Misery loves
company.
Yeah, man.
And I remember watching them like, yo, you're just gonna wallow in your misery. You know.
That's it.
That's all you're really
because you're
doing.
feeding it.
That's all you're really doing. And you're just reaffirming all the bullshit that's happening in your life.
And little do you know, it's you. You're the one that's actually causing this. It ain't nobody else.
You can change your life, bruh.
Just how you think.
Just how you think.
And crazy enough, I wouldn't. The reason why I'm so staunch on this view, because like that was me. Like in high school, I used to tell myself, oh, I'm depressed, I have high anxiety, I have all this. It wasn't until I got to college, I met you, I started to read a couple books about positivity and stuff like that. I started to view the world differently. I started to switch my perception of the world. Bro, my whole life has changed. My whole life has literally changed. From the matter of, I remember being in high school, being quite sad, listening to sad music, saying I'm depressed, saying I have anxiety, and all that other shit.
Feed your mind with.
Bro, I stopped saying all that shit. And crazy enough, I stopped saying that shit and I started saying, oh, I'm positive, I'm this, I'm that. I started to say really good things about myself and started to carry myself that way. Bro, I am not depressed. I'm happy as a motherfucker, bro. I got no fucking complaints in my life, bro. I don't have anxiety. At times, don't get me wrong, you might get nervous. But just because you get nervous don't mean you have anxiety.
Don't mean you have anxiety. And I think that's a great point. I think a lot of it's misconstrued as anxiety.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's anxiety when it's not.
Nah,
it's not what it is.
You might just be nervous about a little something.
You might just be a little bit socially awkward, but that don't mean you have anxiety. Exactly, man.
That's a stretch. Or maybe you might have anxiety for that split second of time, but let's not act like this is a thing that goes on your whole fucking life.
Exactly. Kind of like I think it was like a meme or a video, or not a video, but like a picture you had sent me.
I think I know.
And it was like, yo, don't let 10 minutes being mad for 10 minutes throughout the day ruin your entire day.
Whole day.
You might have that anxiety for that 10 minutes, but that don't mean you're now going to diagnose yourself as like, damn, I just have anxiety 24/7 now.
Who says that a lot? Deion Sanders. Frankly.
Yeah.
You know, I remember there are multiple videos of him saying, he's like, I have a good day every day. He's like, every single day I live is a great day. He's like, don't get me wrong. I might have a bad second. I might have a bad minute. I might have a bad hour. I might have a bad couple hours.
Yep.
But every day I live, it's a good day. Mm-hmm. And he's essentially basically saying like, these couple of bad moments that might happen throughout my day is not my whole day.
That's not your whole day. Yeah.
That's not my whole day.
Yeah.
Overall, my day was great. Now, there's something unfortunate happened, yes, but that does not make
and a lot of people
whole day.
A lot of people let that 10 seconds, that 10 minutes, however long, ruin their whole day.
Ruin their whole shit.
Just destroy their whole shit. And it's just like, damn, bro, you could have had a blast today. All you gotta do is just change your perception, change your mindset. Yeah. I'm very happy I had such a large influence on you.
Yeah.
Because I kind of see you as like one of my students in a way from the past. But I was once in the same boat. It wasn't as far back, I think, probably like in middle school. I used to think that way. My mom kind of put me on. He's like, listen, if this is what you're going to keep telling yourself, keep feeding yourself, that's what you be. Be positive. Every day you're alive, walking around, kicking,
It's a blessing.
it's a good day. Look at someone else. That nigga don't got no legs, but you do. Be grateful. I can move my hands. I can move my head back and forth. I'm not a paraplegic. I can speak. I can see. I can hear.
Yeah.
All those things are blessings.
Yeah.
Not everyone has those things.
Yeah.
Of course, you walk around, you see everybody with them, but that's not promised to nobody.
Nah, bro. And crazy.
You don't know what
those people could go through health problems. You don't even know.
Exactly.
You don't even
So every day you wake up, every day you think to yourself, hey, man, listen, remind yourself all the good things that's been happening to you.
Yep.
Remind yourself you could have not waking up. No one is promised anything. You're not promised tomorrow. You're not promised the next couple of years. So you just make the best out of it.
Yeah.
You know, change your mindset, change your thought process. Cut that whole anxiety shit out because you're just doing it to yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah, bro.
There's no one else.
And you know what helped me too? And this is more of a recent thing. And I already have a pretty positive mindset, so it's not like it was a problem. But this kind of also just opened my eyes. There was this dude I saw an interview. I believe his name is Nick Yeris. Yeris, I think it was Nick Yeris. He had an interview with Joe Rogan. Anyone, I would suggest you watch it, even if you don't watch the whole thing, bro. Watch like the first 30 minutes, and you'll be like, bruh. And I saw how his life was. And I'm like, I have no reason to complain.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Bro, homie was wrongly committed of a murder and sentenced to, I don't know, 20 years, X amount of years in prison before they finally found out. And I'm not going to...
How can you complain when there's niggas like that?
I'm not even going to sit here and try to tell his story because I'm just not going to do it
You can't do it justice, yeah.
But watch, and I know it's a podcast, but watch the video, bro. Yo, they broke homie. Some of the stories they told, bruh, they broke it. They told me, I'll tell what this one little part, and I'm still not going to do it justice, but basically at one point he went to this one facility where they didn't allow him to talk. And every time they talked, they beat the shit out of him. They did not allow it. They heard you speaking, even to yourself. They would beat the shit out of you, bro. And he was telling stories about that, bro, and I was like, yo, wow, bruh. And I'm like, and I have the right to sit here and complain about my life because I didn't get this or this is not going the way I wanted to go. But yet this dude, and crazy enough, now he has quite a positive mindset. But yet this dude was literally tortured for 20 plus years for a crime that he never committed.
Yeah.
And he was in jail, his life taken from him.
Yeah.
So I think about shit like that and I'm like, yo, why do I?
Yeah, and that's the same thought process I had, and that's kind of what helped me change, because I'm like, listen, I know I don't have a lot.
Well, who am I to have the right to?
I have more than some.
Right.
You know, there are some kids out there that they have nothing. The kids in Africa, they're trying to find their next meal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here bitching about, oh, I didn't get $5 from so and so. Oh, I didn't do this. Oh, I didn't do that. Yeah. Oh, I didn't get this. Oh, this didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, there's no reason. That's just your lot in life.
Nah, bro.
That's it.
But that's why we're aging. That's exactly why we're aging.
We're stressing ourselves out, and we're also not going to sleep like when we should.
Nah,
so
much
of the young generation is not going to sleep and getting their proper 8 hours that they are during the night. A lot of us are night owls.
Yeah.
Trying to pull all-nighters. Trying to play games with the boys and just stay up the entire night. Yeah. That ages you. The millennials and the boomers or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, they actually got sleep. They still do get sleep.
Because crazy enough, they're aging appropriately.
I remember I told someone I went to sleep at 10. They're like, what are you, old? I'm like, excuse me?
Bro, oh my God.
Going to bed at 10 p.m. considers me an old person?
I've been called grandpa before.
Me too.
I've been called grandpa before.
Me too, bro.
I go to sleep at 10.
Yeah, bro.
I wake up at 5:30. What do you expect?
What do you want me to do?
What do you expect?
What do you want me to do?
I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. What do you want from me? Stay up till 1 and then wake up at I have shit to do. I still gotta wake up at 5:30. Yeah. That don't change.
That don't change nothing.
I got shit I gotta do.
Yeah. So if I go to sleep later, I'm still waking up at 5.
Yeah, type shit. Or I've had people make little snarky remarks and shit like that. Oh, I'm surprised. Because of course, every once in a while you stay up a little later than 10.
Of course.
So they might text you or something. I send a text back at 11. Oh, I'm surprised you're up. Leave me alone, bro. Go kiss cock.
Yeah, that's funny.
But it's like shit like that. But yeah, I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah, man.
I was like, yo, go to sleep.
I've literally had someone call me like grandpa.
Also, what are you doing? I also feel like once you hit past a certain point, what are you doing?
Yeah, why are we still up?
If you're doing, and I'll say this, I still believe you should go to work, but like if you're doing actual real work, school work, business work, trying to make money at a job.
Yeah, I guess it was like if you're overnight shift,
yeah,
just what you gotta do.
At a job.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
By all means.
But like you just at home watching TV, just go to bed.
Go to sleep, bro. What are you waiting for?
Bed.
What are you waiting for? And I know those are the same people that wake up so much later.
Yeah.
They wake up like midday. I'm like, yo, bro, half the day is already done.
Waking up at 12 is wild.
Yeah, I couldn't do
Wake up at 12 p.m.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Wild, bro.
I remember days, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie, bro. I remember days in the past where I have done that.
Yeah, of course. I think we all have done that. Especially as a kid.
I will admit, I always felt like shit after. I was like, bro, the day's done. Like
facts. I look at 12 like, damn, bro, the whole morning's
gone. Like, what is there left to do? Now I feel so much better. I wake up at 5:30.
Yeah.
I can get so much done before anyone else wake up.
Exactly.
By the time I'm leaving the gym, some people are getting up.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Like, I can get so much done throughout the day. And now when it's 12, and I know there are certain people who are just now getting up, it's like, well, bro, majority of my tasks for the day are done. I just got a couple more things I got to do, and then I'm finished.
Yeah, bro. And crazy, I remember Steve Harvey talking about this. He had like a little clip. He was like talking about waking up early. And he was like, he like woke up at like an out. I don't know if he was talking to somebody, but anyway, he was talking about like he was living on the West Coast, and he was like, "Yo, like so and so wakes up at 5:30," and he was basically saying like, "Yo, you gotta wake up earlier than that." Or one of the like higher stock market, basically saying they have to wake up earlier.
Yeah,
he was like, "Yo, why would you wake up earlier?" He was like, "You realize like, bruh, in New York, the stock market's already open. It's 8 a.m. over there."
And you know what's crazy? I think I know exactly what you're talking about. And I remember the guy maybe saying it was something around like 4 or 3.
Yeah,
he
like
was waking
early.
up
He's like, yo, why do you wake up that early?
Yeah.
He's like, yo,
the stock market's
if I
already
wake
up,
up,
bro.
if I wake up at 5:30, it's 8 a.m. in New York, and the stock market's already
They've
going.
been open for like 2 hours.
Yeah, they've already been going.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they've already been going.
Yep.
Like like, why am I?
Yep.
You're literally just missing out. So that's friendly.
There's definitely use in going to sleep early, bro.
Yeah.
And anyone who gives you shit because you do, listen, man, that's their life. I'm going to still get mine because sleep is precious. That's how you recharge yourself. That's how you recharge your soul. You recharge your body. You get time to relax to yourself. Ain't nobody bothering you.
It's a huge source.
Take that shit for granted, man.
Crazy enough, even in terms of the fitness community, one of the best ways to gain muscle is actually sleep. Yeah. Believe it or not. Yes, go to the gym. Yes, make sure you're pushing yourself. Yes, hydration. Yes, diet. But another huge component that a lot of people don't even know and realize
rest, man.
is sleep.
Get some rest.
Because you actually have to rest. You literally have to recharge your body, regenerate your body.
Yep.
And also, like the top bodybuilders, them niggas is getting...
They get sleep.
Them niggas getting 8 hours, bro.
Yeah, you get sleep.
They're actually prioritizing their sleep because they understand.
That's a part of their schedule.
Bruh.
Your body
deserves part of how to be.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will say. You deserve sleep as a human being.
Like, go to bed.
Go to bed, bro. Don't do that to yourself.
Facts.
Don't do that to yourself. The last topic. Do we have time?
Kind of.
Yeah, we got like 5 minutes. All right. Real quick. When do you think you should walk away from a relationship?
That's a really good question.
In my opinion, if abuse is involved in any way, shape, or form,
immediately,
yeah, you walk away. If you
look.
have any respect for yourself, someone puts their hands on you, anything like that, you leave. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because that's them simply showing they got no respect for you.
I'm probably gonna fuck up the conversation, but why don't people respect themselves, bro? There are people who stay in abusive.
There are a lot of people who don't respect themselves because they want love.
So they're willing to
they're willing to go through it. And, you know, some of it has to do with childhood trauma. Some men and women alike, you know, either they've lost their fathers or their mothers, or their fathers and their mothers neglected them. They didn't get the love that they wanted as a kid. So they try to find that in their partners. And sometimes they'll pick an abusive partner because they're used to being abused as a kid. They're used to being neglected as a kid. So they think, okay, well, this is just what a normal, healthy relationship is supposed to be like. So they get with that kind of person, and they're being that toxic person, and they're being abused and being all that stuff, and they're crying about it. But at the end of the day, that's just what they're used to. So when they actually get someone who's good for them, well, they think, well, it's only a matter of time until you...
Till so-and-so leaves me.
Exactly. because like I'm not. A lot of people think they're just not worth being treated well.
Which is crazy.
I know, but it is a reality, and because of that, they'll go back to the bad person for them because that they think that's what they deserve.
Fuck that, man.
I mean, yeah, we don't have that mindset, but unfortunately, man, there's a lot of people out there with that mindset, so they'll sit there and take the abuse. But to answer the question, you should not take any abuse at all, whether it be physical or verbal. Like if someone's constantly just verbally abusing you, constantly bringing you down, saying you can't do nothing, saying you'll never be any better, saying that you can't find anyone better than them, that's someone being verbally abusive, and you should leave that person because they don't want the best for you. Someone who loves you should be building you up, telling you to go out there and conquer the world, telling you to go out there and encouraging you to make friends with other people. Like, hey, listen, man, I think it's real good that you're going out there and meeting new folks. Keep doing that. Keep going to the gym. Keep staying focused. Keep on your grind, you know? Keep being the best man that you can be. Keep being the best woman that you can be. So that's one of the things. I also think if your partner is unfaithful, you should leave immediately.
Yeah, those are definitely like, yo, we got to get up out of here like now type shit.
Yeah. I just don't think that's something you should put up with. It's extremely disrespectful.
I also believe if there's a woman, not a woman, but just man or woman, regardless, if they have certain red flags or if how they carry themselves kind of go against your morals.
Yeah, if your morals don't align. Yeah. Even before the relationship fully forms, you should walk away.
But I also think a lot of people don't take the necessary time to figure out the morals of said person before getting in a relationship.
I always say ask. See where their mind's at.
I've noticed a lot of people are a little bit afraid to ask.
Yeah. I remember you saying that. I remember you were telling me this, that I tend to ask the hard questions. Yeah. Which is definitely
and a lot of people don't ask because they also think the other person might get upset, they might get mad, and they're afraid of the response they might get. They're afraid that they might get a negative response.
See, I always thought the opposite. Like, well, I mean, I'm only going to get a response, whether it be positive or negative. I get to see what the person is like.
I understand tremendously.
So that's kind of like why my mindset, why I never was afraid to ask. But
I do think majority of the people, they kind of think of what's the worst possible scenario, what's the worst thing.
That is true. We do think what's the worst possible scenario.
I also believe, and it kind of goes on the fact of kind of like, I'm not going to say fully not having respect for yourself, but just kind of like maybe not having love or anything like that while you were younger. You're afraid you might lose so-and-so. You're afraid that if I ask you...
So if the relationship started off with them giving you all this love.
Yeah. So like if I ask you, let's say before I get in a relationship with Shorty, I might ask her a couple questions to get to know her or try to get to know her morals. But some people might be afraid because either she might get upset that I'm asking her these questions and now I won't have a relationship with her at all. Or maybe some people are afraid of just the answer to that question. Because if you ask someone about their morals, there is a chance that she says something or he says something that's not your
against it.
That's not your moral.
But they want the relationship so bad.
But they want the relationship so bad. And especially in terms of
look past it.
Especially in terms of men, even young men who might not have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So
it might be their first girl. Like, damn, this is the only one I'm gonna get. So they want to hold on to it.
Especially if Shorty look good. You be so infatuated with how she looks.
Yeah.
To where it's like.
Yeah. And for girls too, who might have given their bodies to a guy for the first time.
Yeah.
They're so attached to, like, I want this man.
He could be treating you like dirt. He can have morals that go completely against what you believe.
Yep.
But now you know, because he was your first, you have this attachment.
Stick it out with him.
Now you're going exactly.
You just got no respect for yourself.
Exactly.
I think it comes down to respect. And if someone is disrespecting you, wherein you're no longer comfortable, whether it be a romantic relationship, a friendship, even a family member, you gotta separate yourself. You gotta separate yourself.
But what I've noticed is a lot of people don't, bro.
Nah.
I've just heard so many stories. I'm not even talking about videos, but like
just stories.
Face to face with like friends or like acquaintances telling me certain things. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this makes no sense.
Yeah, why are you putting up with this?
Why are you still and they still, men and women, I'm not even saying just females coming to me talking about bad guys.
Yeah, both sides.
Bro, I've had men telling me about females doing them dirty and they're still like
they either broke up and then they get back together with that person. Or they're just constantly going back and forth with the arguments.
Yeah, they're just texting Shorty, and then he's like, "All right, bro, I'm gonna catch you later." Like, oh, okay, cool. You going back to the crib? Nah. I'm finna go to so and so house. I'm finna go to my girl house. I'm like, bro, you just came over here. Yeah. Fucking poured your heart out to the Brody.
Yeah.
And told me how she's doing you slime.
Yeah. Yep.
You're arguing with her over text in front of me, and now you're about to leave
and go back to her place.
I'm like, bro, this not. I'm like, yo, am I missing something?
The logic.
Is there something I'm missing?
The logic. It's just not there, man. I don't get it. and it's tough.
And I do notice it more, especially amongst like us, because we're all so young.
Yeah,
I do notice there's a lot of just like, but I also just believe like, yo, like, y'all don't common sense.
not everyone just like I said, man. Not everyone has respect for themselves.
That's fair.
The younger generation just don't have respect for themselves. I think if we did, we wouldn't be doing half the shit we are doing.
Nah, but I would like to think that with experience things change.
Yeah, but with experience also comes trauma that they put themselves through.
Yeah, well, sometimes sometimes as they say, you gotta be bitten ass to learn. Just like sometimes you tell a kid, don't touch that, it's hot. Motherfucker still touch it.
Yeah.
And then after that, he not gonna touch it again because he know it's hot. But sometimes you got to go through the experience than to hear somebody just tell you.
And it's tough. It's tough because like you're not wrong, and I had to do that myself. There are certain things I had to learn. Like my mom told me don't do
I had to
this.
learn the hard way. Yeah.
Mom told me don't do this. I'm like nah, it'll be fine. I did. I'm like damn.
Facts. I should have listened to mom.
Should have listened to her. Actually, should have listened to her. Actually, should have listened to her. So like for me to come here and be like, you know what, they should just listen to us. It's hard. It's hard
because I've done the same thing.
I've done the same thing.
Frankly, I've had you give me certain advice about females.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it won't be like that. It won't be like that.
Or I'll take the advice for like 2 days, and then after that, be like,
You know, it reminds me of an episode of How I Met Your Mother. I feel like you know what episode I'm talking about, where they were like, "Yo, don't mess up the bar," this, that, the other. And each of them went through their story. Each of them went through their story. And like it ended up that way. He was like, it won't be.
Nah, it won't be me.
And then it ended up that way.
Being him.
It's literally we're saying the same thing. It's the next guy. It won't be me. But no, bro.
But I've noticed
it's gonna be you.
Especially people amongst our generation. I've done it. You've done it. It's one of those things where, and it sucks. But unfortunately, there will be certain circumstances where not every, but certain circumstances you just gonna have to.
You just hope. At least for their sake.
You'll have to learn by circumstance.
You learn, and that you don't make such a bad decision and choice that it messes up your life for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Next couple.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? What's 10 years? Decades. Thank you. Decades. But yeah, I guess that'd be it.
All right, word. Well,
thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate you.
For real. Have any advice? You want me to go first this
time? Yeah, you go first. I feel like I always go first, man.
Because I always end it.
I know, right?
I always like do the end type shit.
I figured I switched it up today.
Yeah, I heard you start talking. I was like, damn. Little off. What's going on?
You know the picture of Patrick, Mr. Krabs?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. So, fuck, what we talking about today?
Younger generation being so old and such.
My advice, honestly, for the day would just be like, yo, bro, don't stress yourself out.
Yeah.
A lot of things to stress yourself out about aren't really even that serious. They're not really that deep, especially if you're young. You know, like I'm 23, Trey's 23. There's certain things, obviously, to stress about or to think about. But at the end of the day, especially if you're a young man, just try to your best to enjoy life as you can. Don't stress too much about it. Things aren't as deep as you think. Also, like, stop speaking negative of yourself. Stop telling yourself you have anxiety.
Don't be self-deprecating.
Yeah, for real. Stop telling yourself you have anxiety. Stop telling yourself you're depressed. Stop telling yourself you're lazy or you're no good or you don't deserve this. Like, nah, cut that shit out, bro. You're a person. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, why would you speak negative of yourself?
True.
Try to switch your mindset. Try to switch the way you think and, frankly, the way you conduct yourself. But definitely, a man is as he believeth. A man is as he thinketh. So if you're going to keep telling yourself those negative things, you're going to have to expect to live said negative life. So change what you say about yourself and change how you think about yourself. So that'll be my advice.
And to piggyback off of what my boy Cashier was saying, if you wouldn't accept someone else talking to you that way, don't talk to yourself that way.
Oh, gang.
You know, don't accept that, because at the end of the day, you got to have your own back. But my advice, kind of going off of that as well, get some sleep.
Damn,
don't just stay up overnight if you don't need to, man. Protect your sleep, because it's quite important. It's how you rejuvenate yourself. It's how you rejuvenate your body, your soul, your mind, everything. You know, it's great for your mental health. At the end of the day, like, that's quite important. So get your sleep, get your 8 hours. If people are going to call you old for going to sleep early, so be it. Fuck them. Get your sleep, boys. And girls, bro. Regardless.
Just tell them to kiss cock. But thank y'all for listening. We appreciate you guys tuning
real.
in and rocking with us for real.
Thank you.
Especially if you made it all the way to that episode.
Yeah.
Once again, all episodes are available on YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for exclusive content such as the Wednesday show.
Facts.
Also, check us out on YouTube on the other channels that we have. That's going to be NOA Reacts if you're into reaction pages. We have NOA Adventures, which is our vlog channel. And we also have NOA Podcast clips for anyone who does not have time to listen
To
or
the
watch
whole
the
thing.
whole podcast.
Yeah.
Once again, we appreciate y'all. Thank you. Y'all take care.
Have a good one.